everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today we are doing my project pan update. I'm doing a rolling 10 pan this year, and this is my newest update. I'm excited because I met my goal on 3 products. So I have 3 products rolling out, 3 new products rolling in, which is, very exciting, and I feel pretty motivated by it. I still have some long-term items that I am working through, but I'm really happy with progress I've made this month, so I'm excited to share with you all of the goodies. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to do all of the updates, and then I'll introduce the new products at the very end. So first one I want to talk about is this Hourglass Quad. I have specifically been working on the finishing powder called Soft Light. My goal has been to hit pan in it. Last time I had 65 uses. I used it 7 more times to get a total of 72 uses to finally hit pan, which is so exciting. So I've got a little bit of pan in there. It is on a baked tile, so it's not like a shiny tin, but pan nonetheless. Feels really good. So 72 uses this year to hit pan. I've used it, in prior years, but yeah, finally hit pan, and I'll keep using it. It's my under eye setting powder. I'll use it to kind of brighten certain areas of my face without adding too much like shimmer, So I still really love this. I'll keep using it, but it's no longer going to be in my project pan because I've officially hit pan and met my goal. So very, very excited about that kind of progress. And yeah, it only took me 7 more uses, and then I stopped tracking. I've used it more than that, but 72 to hit pan this year. Okay, let's go through the lip products. I've got 4 lip products in. I've got 2 liners and 2 lipsticks. So let's start with the liners. I've got a nude liner. This is from the brand Delilah. It's the shade Buff. It's just like a pinky nude everyday shade. It's we have progress. It's thin, it's getting smaller, but it's just seems like it's going on forever. So I have used it 7 times since my last update for a total of 64 uses this year. And I do have it marked here on my sheet. Not too much progress, but still a little bit nonetheless. So the purple line down here is the latest update. I'm getting a little nervous because that's still quite a bit of product to finish up by the end of the year, but we'll just take it 1 month at a time. If I don't finish by the end of the year, it's really not that big of a deal. That is the goal, though, is to finish it up completely. I do have another lip liner that I've put into the project to help me vary my lip looks. So I put this in last month. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Lip Liner in the shade Spicy. It's this really beautiful kind of, I guess I could swatch it for you, I don't know, just kind of like a berry pink. I do have that on today underneath a lipstick, so it's been helping me just kind of vary the looks I get. So I have the goal to use this 10 times in the project pan. I've used it twice since last update, so that's plenty fine. But it's just really there to help me kind of, get different looks. So over the Spicy lip liner, I have my terrestrial lipstick. This is from Ulta Beauty as well. It's the Velvet Matte Lip Cream. I do like the formula, and now that we're in fall, it is a little bit more of like a peachier toned lip product than pink. And I feel like now that we're in the fall, it is starting to work with my makeup looks a little bit better. So I have made significant progress on this. I only have a little nub left. What I've been doing is every day, even like my normal makeup for the day is like powder foundation, a little bit of bronzer, mascara, and like brow gel. But I've been making a point to put this on like once just to get a use out of it. So I've used this lipstick 16 times since my last update. We are at a total of 77 uses this year. So having the other lip liner is giving me a nice combination. It looks a little bit deeper. It gives me a little bit of a different tone. So that has definitely helped, and I just am trying to use it at least once a day. I know there was like 2 days where I brought it to my desk here with me where I work and tried to reapply it, but I kind of just prefer to put on lip balm or a lip gloss. It's a velvet matte, so it's not the most drying, but I do prefer a more like glossy, creamy type lip product. Okay, so then the other lipstick I have in this project to kind of help me mix and match these products a little bit more is from e.l.f. This is the Sheer Slick lipstick. I have the shade Black Cherry, and my goal is also to use this 10 times. It's a very nice sheer color. I don't have Clinique Black Honey, but I assume it's something similar, so it's right here. And I can mix this with, you know, the nude lip liner to get a nice look. So also just looking for 10 uses. I've used this one 3 times since the last update when I brought it into the project. So it's definitely getting used, and it's just, you know, helping me vary my lip looks. So that's where we're at with the lip products. None of them are rolling out, but we're making good progress. Oh, I think I forgot to show you on the terrestrial. This is where I'm at on my tracker sheet. So I don't really have that much left here. I'm down here at the very bottom. So I'm not even going to say that I'm going to have it done by next month. I would love to, but we're just going to see what happens. I don't want to like jinx myself. Okay, let's move away from the lip products. Let's talk about some cheek products. So I've had 2 blushes in my project. The first is a cream blush from ColourPop. This is the blush sticks in the shade Cool It. I do really like this. I just kind of forget to apply it before I powder. Sometimes I'm just in autopilot and I'm like, ooh, I should have used it. But it's a really beautiful, like everyday, you know, kind of cooler tone pink. I really, really love it. And the formula is great. It's very easy to blend and sheer out and get the, you know, level of color that you're looking for. So my goal for the project pan is to use this 20 times. I have used this 3 times since our last update, so I'm at 17 uses. I have 3 more to go, which I don't think should be too much of a problem. And I'm still really loving it. I love the format of a stick instead of like a pan. It just is so easy to apply. I just dip my brush right in here and apply it, but if you wanted to just kind of swipe it on your cheeks, that'd be great too. So yeah, this is going well, no problems, but it's still going to be in the project. The other blush I had is a powder blush, and it's from the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Blush Palette. This is the deepest variety called Plum Blossom, and my goal was to use the red shade in here 20 times. So I used it 3 more times, so I'm total at 20 now, so I did achieve that goal. I preferred it more in the summertime, kind of for the sunburnt look, but I do like kind of these purpley shades for the winter in this palette. I think it gives kind of like the nice, like fresh from outside glow. So I'll still be reaching in here, but I'm kind of done with the red for now. I'm glad I put it in the project though, because this has kind of expanded my blush, like, I don't know, routine. I'm usually pretty neutral with blushes, so it's been fun to have this in my collection this year. I bought this at the very end of last year, like one of the end of year sales at Ulta type thing. So it's been fun to play with this year, but this is officially rolling out of the project pan. So that's the second one that is completed. Okay, I had to go run and get this other cheek product. I forgot it, but this is the Physicians Formula Cheek Palette. I am working on the bronzer. My goal is to finish it. I do not have that much left. I was really, really hoping that this would be completed for this update. Like I said, kind of for everyday makeup, I do powder, foundation, bronzer, mascara, and brow gel, tinted brow gel. I do like bronzer. I feel like it helps just kind of like give your face some shape, you know? But yeah, I've been really, really, really trying to use this up. I really don't have that much. It's all around the sides, and it is getting pretty thin, but it hasn't crumbled yet. So I used this 16 times since the last update for a total of 46 uses. I really, really would like to see this go. It is starting to get a little dark on me now that we're in fall. I am going to Miami in about 2 weeks. So I'll bring this with me. If it's still around, it'll still be around. And hopefully I'll get a little bit of color back on my skin, and this will fit a little bit more. And I can go a little bit heavier with the bronzer, because right now I have to have a kind of a light hand. Otherwise it starts to look a little off, a little orangey, a little too deep for my skin tone. So yeah, that'll be good. And I really, really want to finish that one up because it's the last pan I have in here. So this whole package can go, which would be great. Okay, and then lastly, I have 2 eyeshadows to update you on, and then we'll talk about the new products that I'm going to be bringing in. So the first one is the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. I was working on a like nude cream shade to set down my primer and be my brow bone highlight and kind of clean up shade. It's called In the Buff, and I finally have completed it. So I put the pan back in, but this is an empty pan right here. Very, very exciting. So I needed to use it 4 more times after the last update, and then it was completely done. It did kind of crumble, in my opinion, on when a shadow starts to crumble, especially something like this that I've got so many other shades like it. I just don't really care to, repress it. If it falls out, whatever. So I only had to use it 4 more times to finish it, but now it is completely done, which is really exciting. It's the first pan I have completed in this palette. I have others that have pans showing, but that's the first one that's empty. So really, really happy to see that in here and, having this palette show some more love and progress. So then that is the third item that I completed. Let's talk about this last eyeshadow though quickly. Last time I rolled in a black eyeshadow, also from the Bare Necessities palette. This shade is called Spyglass. My goal is to hit pan on it. I'm using it as an eyeliner so you can clearly see, where the mark is and where I'm putting my brush. I wet a flat liner brush with setting spray and then dig in here. So I have used this 5 times in the past month, and I just brought it in the last time, so just 5 usages so far. I would like to hit pan on this and then, move to a different liner shade. That's kind of what I do. But, the pigment is pretty, substantial. I'm not needing as much as I feel like I need when I use browns or charcoals. So I originally thought it would take me about 30 uses to hit pan, but now I'm thinking it might be closer to like 40 or 50 just because it's so pigmented and so dark of a shade. So we'll see, how it goes. I've only had 5 uses so far. Maybe I'll surprise myself, but the goal is to hit pan in this and it'll stay in as kind of my go-to liner shade until I hit pan. So I've got 3 new items to introduce to you today. Let's start with eyeshadow since we were just talking about it. I need a new cream shade to focus on, so I'm actually going to pull from my Norvina palette. The shade in here that would work for setting my primer and all of that is called Base. So it's right down here. I've used it maybe once or twice before, but really not any significant usage. So my goal is going to be to hit pan in this shade for this project, and then, I'll decide if I want to finish it or finish a different cream shade. Pretty much every cream shade I have in my collection, except for this, has pan in it. So I figured I'd just hit pan in this last one, and then I can figure out which ones I want to, focus on actually finishing up. But that's going to be the goal, so I'll just be reaching in here. I actually also really love reaching into the Norvina palette for the fall time. I know that there's a lot of pinks and purples, but these like kind of deeper matte shades have been so nice to build into my crease. I have Passion in my outer third today in my eye look. I'm really loving that. So I'm kind of digging in here anyway, so it makes sense for me to just start working on this base shade. So that is going to be rolling in with the goal to hit pan. I also have a cream shadow that I want to play with a little bit more. I bought this year. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Champagne Crystal. So it's a nice kind of like, I don't know, light bronzy gold. Nothing like spectacular or, original, but it is really nice. It's right there. I think I could, use this in the inner corner. I can use it across the lid. I would like to use this 10 times. I just want to kind of get to know the product a little bit more. I kind of have this memory that it creased really bad on me one day, but I don't remember why or if it really was this one or a different cream shadow. So I just like to play with it, see how, I most enjoy using it. And it's a pretty neutral, easy shade, so I'm not really too worried about, using it. It should be pretty easy for me. So I'm going to roll this in just to get to know the product a little bit more with a goal to use it 10 times. And then the last item I'm going to bring in is another blush. I'm going to bring in the ColourPop Fresh and Peachy blush here. Unfortunately, the gold on here is starting to get scratched up and wear off. But this is a really nice matte peach blush. I am wearing a little bit of it today. I didn't go too heavy with it. But I'm really loving like warm gold fall eyes right now. So this is a nice pairing as opposed to like the pink. I'm just finding that this is really working well. So I'd like to use this 20 times for the project pan before I roll it out. Don't think it'll be a problem. Like I said, it's been a really beautiful pairing. I just recently got the Alter Ego Canyon palette, which is supposedly a dupe for the bronze palette by Natasha Denona, and I am loving it. I'm still exploring all the shades, but so far so good. So I definitely want to have a peach blush to kind of play with and have it nicely, you know, match and be cohesive. So we're going to work on this for 20 uses and then it will roll out. Being that this is the October update and I've got November and December in front of me yet, I think that I can make, you know, a lot of progress in the products that I have here sitting in front of me. But I don't know how much I'm going to be rolling in the next couple of months just because, you know, I probably will restart a project pan in January. So we'll see how November goes and what kind of progress I have and how many things I would need to roll in. I may just not roll anything in, or I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there, but just wanted to kind of throw that out there. I certainly though am really focused on finishing up Terrestrial and the bronzer. Those are like the top two goals for me right now. Because it would just be really nice to move both products and the packaging out before I do, you know, my end of year count of my makeup collection and all of that. So that's where I'm at with my project pan. I hope you enjoyed this update. Let me know how your project pans are going down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.